I don't know if I know how to be a girlfriend anymore. I've forgotten how to be one.
Let's just say we settled and you find someone better than me. Then what? A starting toast. Cheers to being single. This blind date is an adventure. Going well so far.
Is this your first?
A blind date? Yes, definitely.
Same.
Out of syllabus questions, bro. Like, what's the most valuable lesson you've learned from a past relationship?
Like in the beginning, I was just like, मेरी गलती होगी. I must have fucked up.
Similar answer I was about to give. Very
Yeah,
similar, very similar.
But ऐसे कोई major errors थे नहीं मेरे. I was just attracted to red flags.
You have commitment issues, you think?
No, not commitment issues, but I have separation anxiety.
$1 million question. Would you consider going on a second date?
Hi, I'm Kajol Tyagi. I am basically from Delhi, but I've been staying in Bombay for almost a decade now.
My name is Lavvik and I've been born and brought up in Delhi. Lived here all my life, but now I'm living in two cities, Lucknow and Delhi.
How long have you been single?
Tough question. 1.5 years, I think. A little over that.
In a concrete relationship, I think I've just been once. So now I have a feeling that now I'm probably ready for one.
What's your biggest challenge in dating been so far?
I think I'm a bull, attracted to red flags.
There has been no challenge in dating so far, but the kind of people that I come across don't have the intention anymore.
I love how men try to be exactly what I want, and as soon as I'm like, yeah, worth trusting, ye to matlab, come on yaar, give him a chance. And as soon as I do, they're like, haha, ullu banaya, bada maza aaya, and it just changes like 180-degree flip.
They're after their attention, which I'm not interested in giving if they don't have the intention to go for the long run. So that is the only problem that I'm facing.
So I don't know if it's me or them, like, am I turning them into a red flag? Am I a red flag? I'm just confused.
What are the qualities you look for in a life partner?
So there's nothing as ideal, I'm sure. Someone who I hate might be loved by someone else. Someone who doesn't like me might like someone else, I don't know, like whatever it is. So there's no ideal here. So I already pulled the chair for her and she's not here. That's sweet.
My friends who got married, half of them are divorced. So I always tell, because I'm 31, I have practically skipped one divorce. So I will directly get married to the one now.
Hi.
Hi,
Lavvik.
Kajol.
Nice to meet you, please.
Such an interesting name.
Is it?
Lavvik.
What do you think it means?
मतलब एक से प्यार करो. I don't know.
That is the goal.
Oh.
But it means sweet.
Oh,
A sweet talker, a sweet person.
so have you imbibed it?
I think you will be able to tell me that by the end of this meeting.
Hopefully. I'm gonna put my phone on silent.
So what's up?
You tell me.
What brings you here?
What brings me here? The fact that I'm single.
That's nice.
I think that's a prerequisite for this thing.
I'm sure, yeah.
I hope so.
The
Are
bare
you?
minimum. Of course I am, which is why I'm
Okay.
here.
Chalo, good.
You could have like a starting toast. Cheers to being single.
No,
Or
not
hopefully
being
not by the
single.
end of the meeting. Cheers. We start with the cards, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the best decision you've made in the last year and why?
I actually haven't made any decisions in the last year.
Do you intend to make any this year?
Yeah, I want to start my own business.
That's nice.
The thought of it was the best decision last year.
Nice.
That's mine. What's yours?
I've started, the decision that I made last year was that I don't want to give a lot of me to another person.
Oh.
Probably find myself, which I did.
But did you give a lot of you to someone and
Of
that
course,
wasn't...
of course.
Was that exploited?
Not really, but it didn't work out.
I wish I had made such a decision.
Oh, so
instead.
you yourself were exploited or like you had a bad experience?
No, I mean, I'm a giver. I don't believe in being exploited. And if one does, it's their own actions. I can't control somebody else's.
Definitely on them, yeah.
Yeah, but like that's why I choose not to give myself too much to many people, because once
Smart.
I have, like, break it or take it.
I don't think we have a control over it.
Yeah,
Do we?
no, I do.
You do?
I think post 2018 I started to have a control over it.
That's nice.
Yeah, my turn.
Sure.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I think the mountains, probably. The thought of running away and going to a place where there's no momaya, there's peace, serenity, and probably like no rush. Plus, like, I think the world is going very fast. There's no time to wait and relax and enjoy what you've achieved and what you've done. What about you?
I think, I mean, I can stay in the mountains or beach side for like few days because I've grown up as an Air Force kid. So I've stayed in very secluded areas growing up.
I'm sure.
So now I think city life resonates with me more.
So you're done with that, but already.
Yeah, like I've stayed in forests and like hill stations which people don't even know exist because of like my dad's job. So now I'm just like, oh my God, 24/7 things are available because I've stayed in that zone.
So basically, because I've lived in the cities all my life, so I want to go
You
there,
get it?
and you're already done with that part. So now you want to live in the city. I get it.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't even know.
So
like,
what we have, we don't like anymore.
Yeah.
And we want to go for the opposite.
the grass is greener where you water it. I don't know.
What's a dream you've had for a long time, and what's stopping you from chasing it?
I've had a dream of like becoming my own boss.
The business part that you.
Business
Yeah.
part, or like even feeling the sense of financial independence in a way that like I don't have to think twice. But the only thing that's stopping me is I'm a lazy Capricorn. It is the deadliest combination because Capricorns are so ambitious, but at the same time I don't know what star aligned where that I also am very lazy. I have a lot of ambitions, and when I come to it, I do it.
I'm
But
sure.
I just need to come to it.
So yeah, you will get there
Yeah.
ultimately. So this year you've decided that you will get there.
2025.
Hope you become your boss very soon.
I want to be.
You want me to answer?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Tough question. This is something that I don't think I've discussed with anyone. I want to open an NGO by my father and my mother's name. This is like a very far away thought that I have. But why I'm not doing it? Because that needs a lot of inflow of cash and money, like to be able to come from our end.
At least
And
to start.
At least to start. But I hope I do get there.
I hope and wish you the best
Yeah.
for the same.
Yeah. Your turn.
What is that one quality in a person that instantly attracts you?
I think it's not the quality in the person that attracts me, it's about how I am feeling with them. I really, really value the vibe that I'm feeling and having when that person is around me.
But do you have one specific quality, like somebody who probably, or like are you attracted to looks, or it's more personality, like?
Personality is definitely personality overlooks. And plus how they are as a person and how they feel about things.
I think for me it would be something that attracts me immediately is communication skills
Okay.
and how they make others feel around them, especially people that are inferior in some terms.
Okay.
And if they are not like condescending, if they are very respectful to people around them, and if they are good at their jobs.
Did I ask you, what do you do?
Right now I am working on my business. I
Okay.
am also creating a lot of content online,
That's nice.
and I also stay in Bombay, so I'm also in hospitality and acting and like things that people do in Bombay.
Being in front of a camera wouldn't be a problem for you, I'm sure.
I've been in front, I've been behind. I've also been an associate producer for Ye Jawani Hai Diwani.
It's one of my favorite movies again.
That's why
Yes,
I checked with you,
yes,
because
yes.
you were giving me so much of bunny in the beginning. I like to explore different career options.
Good job.
As and
Good
when.
job at the movie. I should
Thanks,
mention.
Dad.
Probably next card, yes.
Your question.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from a past relationship?
I think the most valuable lesson that I have learned is don't have a lot of self-doubt on the basis of somebody else's actions. Because,
Nice.
I mean, a lot of times, like how somebody treats me is just a reflection of who they are,
Very
where
well
they
said.
come from.
Similar answer I was about to give. Very
Yeah, na?
similar, very similar.
But like in the beginning, I was just like, meri galti hogi. I must have fucked up. But somehow, like in introspect, like when I aged, I realized I was never wrong.
I wouldn't agree with this part because ताली दो हाथ से बजती है हमेशा.
अरे
That's
यार.
what I think. Somewhere unknowingly हमने भी कुछ
तो
ना
मेरी
कुछ
गलती यही थी कि बहुत प्यार और भरोसा किया मैंने उस पे.
possibly.
मतलब छोटी मोटी गलती of course I could understand, like because I was also young and naive, but ऐसे कोई major errors थे नहीं मेरे. I was just attracted to red flags.
Is that the case still ongoing?
No, thankfully not. That's why I've been single. I'm just like every time I'm just like अंदर क्या है?
Substantial चीजें हैं नीचे.
Substantially
Correct.
who this is.
Good, it's over.
Yeah.
Probably you're
superb.
prepping for the good things that are about to come in your life.
Yeah. Yours? What did you
A
learn?
very similar answer I would have given, that it's a reflection of what they did that it didn't work out. But again, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. I'm sure I'm on to better things,
Yeah.
without doubt. And what has about to come is better than what's gone, like they say. So I'll focus on that and manifest that it happens very soon.
Do you believe in manifestation?
100%. 100%. So yeah,
Yeah.
that. Your turn.
If you could change one thing about the way you were raised, what would it be?
One thing that I don't think I'll change anything, because the current me is, I like the version so much that anything that I change back, if I go back and change it, then this will not be the output.
Yeah.
So I would not want to change anything, because then the result or
Might differ.
yeah,
And you love who you have become because of
like
that.
there are no changes that I want to make to it.
I would have answered differently 5 years ago, but like now I thank my father for it. But my dad, because he was in the defense, he raised me like a child, not like a girl child, not like a boy child,
But
but
like a
like
child.
a child, like discipline, this, that, manners, all that was so. Ugh. So I would have been like कि मेरे को ऐसे Barbie doll और kitchen set वाला aura क्यों नहीं create किया? But now I'm just like, you know what? Makes sense.
Exactly.
I'm so much like better off without that kind of.
So it's a similar answer. Like you don't want to change anything.
And not anymore.
What's your biggest fear in life?
Biggest fear, वही basic, losing people I love. I don't have any other fears as such.
Tell me more in detail. Like there has to be more to this.
I mean, I have separation anxiety, so that's why I tend to love less number of people. That's why I've never had a feeling of having a pet also, because I've
Do
seen.
you have commitment issues, you think?
No, not commitment issues, but I have separation anxiety.
Got it.
So biologically, I'm programmed to love my family, and with age, I've loved a lot of my friends who are touchwood still with me. So if somebody else adds on, I know for a fact that they also enter the fear factor.
Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yours?
Fear, biggest fear. My biggest fear would be doing something monotonous every day. Like coming here in this event is something that I'm doing for adventure. Also, the background behind it being doing something differently to get a different result. But I don't want to get into anything that's monotonous. This blind date is an adventure, going well so far.
Is this your first?
A blind date? Yes, definitely.
Same.
Out of syllabus questions, bro. Like who wants to get there? But yeah, it's going well. So far, so good.
So far, so good. What's something you admire about the person you're speaking to right now?
About you?
I mean, I guess.
I could say a lot of things, but yeah, one of the things that I admire that you have clarity of where you're headed, which is a good thing. Whether it's work-wise or family-wise, and how you're appreciating everything that your father is doing now,
Yeah.
rather than looking at what was not done. It's a good thing. I think
Yeah.
that's a great thing.
That's such a. How do I match up to that?
You don't have to match up. You just have
No,
to be
but
honest.
that's so beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
What do you think, like
I
about the
think-
person that you're with right now?
I think you're an extremely well-spoken guy, and you know
Thank you.
exactly. No, seriously, and you are so like, you have such great warmth, and I was very, I was contemplating about this blind date, and I like hate cocky people and like really, but you are absolute opposite, and I'm glad I said yes to this, because honestly, it's been wonderful last half an hour of chatting with you.
Interesting. Do you believe in love at first sight, or do you think it takes time to truly know someone?
I believe in attraction on first sight, especially if you're drunk.
Okay.
But I don't believe in love. I
At
mean,
first
I do
sight.
believe in love, but like not on the first sight. But attraction for sure. You could find somebody like
Means by
really
the physical features of a person.
physically also first sight क्या होता है? मतलब एक second का look है तो first sight हो गया. But
First meeting, first
meeting,
view,
yeah,
first
could be more than physical
glimpse,
also.
first glimpse or something like that.
Yeah. You?
Love
Have
at
you
first
ever-
sight? No, I don't believe in love at first sight at
है ना?
all.
नहीं
No.
होता है.
I think it's too filmy. Love is a very strong word, I would say. You can like someone at first sight, you cannot love someone at first sight. That's what I believe in.
What does it mean to be vulnerable with your partner?
I think individually all of us are fighting a battle outside in the world. It's tough out there for all of us. So vulnerability for me would mean that coming home and not having to put a mask just being what I want to be without wanting to impress anyone. Something like that. Like vulnerability is not something that I find as a negative thing for males
Not at
nowadays.
all.
I think it is very important to be vulnerable at your home,
Yeah.
like I be with my mom.
Mm.
So that is something that I find. I look at vulnerability with a partner. What about you?
I also agree with that. Like the fact, I mean, I should have some room for errors with my partner at least. So if I can be not okay around somebody, I think
That's it.
that's
about
it. That's it.
Close the deal.
Yeah,
Huh?
I should be able to like make a mistake. Like I should be able to be like I throw a tantrum because I feel safe in that environment. Not be like, "Ki shit, I have to behave myself because मैं घर आ गई हूँ," you know.
I think that's the bare minimum.
But somehow that's the rare minimum.
Oh, fuck, nice one.
So, how do you think the date went?
I think it went really well considering I have never been on a blind date and it's so not possible to be on one nowadays because everybody has either a LinkedIn or like Facebook or Instagram. Like you can find them anywhere.
I think it went well. I wouldn't consider it like a date, but yeah, I would want to have a second meeting, probably to get to know her better.
And what did you think about the other person?
He's so sweet and so like he spoke so well and I think that's one of the most attractive things about him.
If you would like to go on a second date, you may walk back to the table. If you don't, you may leave.
You know, usually my fears would get the best of me and I'd say no so that nobody rejects me first. But like, I would totally go on a second date with him. Hey, it was lovely meeting you. You really came across as a person of depth. I'm sure that this more know about you. I didn't really feel the match on a romantic level, but I'd love to meet you to get to know you more. Take care.
I think, yeah, there is a lot of depth to her, no doubt. But I would want to know her on levels because we're meeting for, let's just say, Verona matchmaking. I don't know if it's getting there or not yet.
That's sweet. I mean, obviously you can't feel romance on the first date. So, makes sense. But what does this mean? I'm sure that there's so much more for me to know about you. Okay. I mean, it's honest. Like, you cannot have like extremely romantic connection right away. So, it only makes sense. So, I don't mind meeting this guy again. But definitely a sweet boy.